Hello, everyone, and welcome to my show. Um, the topics. Well, first of all, I want to talk about the whole drug and alcohol thing I was supposed to do. Um, yeah, I'm still thinking of doing it. Maybe I might do that one next week. Not sure yet, but I'm still thinking on that one. But on today's topics, today's show, I want to talk about basically how many people like nowadays use gay as a form of word to like describe something that they don't like or something they hate, something that's bad. Like how you go outside and a lot of people, mainly from here I know in New York, that they use that word for like, oh, when they talking about something they don't like clothes or a game, they say, oh, that's gay. And I don't know why I mean, I talked about this subject with like many friends and people, and I don't really understand why would you use that as a word to describe something. It makes no sense. It sounds, makes a person seem like a fool, ignorant. And of course, I get annoyed of it as well. So, the friends that I know don't use that when they're like around certain people, especially me. And not that it's offensive or anything. It's just that it really makes no sense to say something like that. If you don't like something, you just say, oh, you don't like it. Like, oh, you dislike this, or you hate this. You just don't, it's something else. But why do you use that as a form of way to, describe something that you don't like? It makes no sense. Um, the next thing, basically, I have some straight friends, they're cool, and I have some cool ones, some close ones that, you know, that I like to hang out with. Not really much, maybe like around three or four is the most that I really know that's cool. The other ones, is basically homophobic or they don't like people that are gay or anybody who talks about it around them or any type of gay actions. They don't like anything like that. But thing that I wanted to talk about basically is with when I was back in high school and also when I was in City Tech. As with high school, Transit Tech, I'm not sure if anyone knows about that, who's ever watching this, but Transit Tech, which is in East New York, mainly everybody in that school is basically suspects, you can say. Like, they claim to be straight, but then they act more gayer than the ones that are actually gay in the school. They do more stuff that are far worse than what an actual gay person would do, especially if it's in a gym room, of course. Transit Tech to me is like a breeding grounds for the closet people that claims to be straight, but they're not. So I don't understand why would a straight person, like most of them I see or know, that they act more gay than an actual gay person. It makes no sense. Why would you do that? Because I know if a gay person would try to talk to you, you would be scared or you'll just get pissed off and want to fight them or, it upsets you or offends you in a way to think that they're gonna think that you're also one of them. So I don't understand that. Like, why would you act like this if you don't want to be hit on or if you don't want somebody to try to talk to you? So of course that is like, you know, a question right there that they're gonna question themselves and wonder like why are they acting this way and if they really are one or not. So of course they're gonna go up to them and try and talk to them. And a lot of people in today's society they don't like stuff like that. So they get into fights and anything like that. And that's not right because if you're really straight then you wouldn't be doing something like that. If you really claim to be homophobic and hate them, then wouldn't you not want to act like that or want to be around them? But the ones in Trend Tech, of course, once they find out someone is gay, then everyone wants to hang out with that certain person. So basically, why would a straight person have the gay person on their mind 24/7, want to hang out with them, want to know exactly what they're doing? Like how it is with me and my friends. They always want to know what we're doing, always wants to be in our business. And for some reason, I guess the gay life is something that is more interesting and trending to them, so they always want to be, updated, constantly updated on what we do, what we do. And I don't understand that. Like, if you don't like us, then why would you, even want to watch what we do, hear our life stories, or spy on us, with other people that you want to use to try and get information out of us or try to spy on us from, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. Makes no sense. Like it feels like you're a celebrity, like how I feel all the time, like a celebrity, how they always constantly on me. And it really makes no sense. If you don't like the person, then why are you on the person like that 24/7? So that makes no sense. Um, Another thing I want to say is, we're I mean, people that are homophobic. Well, most of the so-called straight ones that say they're homophobic don't like to be touched by gay people or they don't want to talk to them. Basically, to me, that means that they scared that they all won as well, and they're like the closet ones, so they're afraid to come out. So they believe that if they're around those type of people, then they will act more of themselves. They'll act more of themselves, and basically break out of that whole straight acting character, which they wasn't really in the beginning. That's what I think with the whole homophobic issue, because it really makes no sense to be like that. Um, Another thing I want to talk about, well, basically how a lot of straight people sometimes say they're bi is another way of saying that, they don't want to be picked on or, called, I mean, have any rumors spread on them if they claim that they're bi because, people will still think that, oh, they like girls, so it's all right. They'll still be, they'll still be cool with that person. That person will not, try not to, like talk to them or spread rumors. If they find out they're bi, they'll be like, oh, okay, they're still somewhat sort of like us. But to me, that's just another way of straight person just slowly trying to come out to be gay, but they just making steps forward towards that. Because I remember when I did that back in high school. So, but the thing with the whole bi thing issue, like a lot of people just need to know what they really want. Because to me, people who do claim to be like that nowadays, like some people do use it as a way of coming out. Some people say that, oh, this is just them. To me, I don't know. To me, those type of people seem more confusing. I don't really see it as non-existent because to me, you can only like one or the other. That's how I believe it. So yeah, if anybody that'll buy is one and wants to, have any questions for me or hate on me or whatever, you have any comments, I don't really mind. You can leave that. This is just my opinion, and that's not those type of people I don't really like to hang out with. I only had like maybe one or two of those friends, and we wasn't that close because of a whole bunch of issues. Most of the ones that I know are all whores as well, so I'm not sure if that's how everybody is, but just as my opinion on that. As for straight people, well, I'm pretty sure many of them not gonna watch this video. Well, the cool ones, of course, like I don't really have a problem with many of them. It's just that certain ones do bother me with the whole homophobic issue about calling things that they don't like gay, and it really makes no sense to say something like that. Like it gets annoying after a while, and a lot of things do annoy me. So of course certain words or certain topics or I mean, things that the people talk about, it's gonna bother me and it bothers many other people as well because we always discuss it. Um and the last thing basically I want to talk about is when people, well, mainly the street types, when they talk to their other friends, and they how some people is always negative, so they always think everything that comes out of your mouth always have to sound like it's bad or it sounds negative or gay. So they say something like, oh, like I love you, bro, or something like that, and it's putting no homo together with that to make it clearly, signifies that that they're not trying to say it in a gay way because that they're straight. I really understand why does everyone always use no homo when they discussing something with their straight friends that may sound like it's gay and then they add no homo into that. It really sounds stupid because why would you add that into it if you know you're not that, and if your other friend is not that, and they're not thinking that you are one, so why would you add that in there? So pretty sure that means something as well. That could also mean a suspect. So I don't understand. Like it annoys me when people always say that. Like why you keep saying that for? Well, like many people I know don't use that. It's just mainly the street type that use that. I don't use that. Like why would you use something like that for? It makes no sense. No, homo sounds really retarded. But yeah, I don't understand why would you use that in a sentence. I don't. It makes no sense. Like after every sentence, you have to put no homo just to make it signify that you're not meaning it in the gay way, or trying to make a friend think anything else, like question them. It makes no sense. Like even me and my friend, like last year, no, the year before that, we was discussing about that with one of my girlfriends, um, and we was talking about how they always do that, how it annoys them, and I'm pretty sure they won't like if you say no hetero or something, or no straightness, and. Now, yeah, that should be a new word I should make. Well, I did make it. I just haven't been using it for a while. But like to me, these things do. It's like ignorant. It really makes no sense to add that into a sentence or to describe something that is gay. I mean, something that you don't like as being gay. And I don't know. Today's society is just, really messed up. A lot of people, of course, don't want to accept certain things into this. I mean, today in this world, they don't want to accept certain things. So, that's why we have the whole homophobic thing, which to me really, that's ignorant people. It really makes no sense. And as for other people who so-called say that they're homophobic, that just means that, they're just afraid to be around that type because they'll act more of themselves and, stop acting, so-called straight that they claim to be and they're afraid to lose friends, so they want to be on the download to not lose friends. When basically, if you do come out and tell people what you are, of course that's gonna mean if they do leave you, that means that they wasn't real friends from the beginning. So why would you want to hide it to claim to, I mean, not to lose friends if they're gonna be fakes anyway, if you do tell them. So it really makes no sense. That's like an easier way to find out who is your friend or not if you just tell them that. If they still want to be cool with you, then all right. If they don't, then that means that you should not have been with that person from the beginning. So that's why I mainly like hang out with mostly girls because they understand everything. The only thing I don't like with them is sometimes a lot of drama or issues that rumors they spread behind your back. Same thing with gay guys, with the femme versions, just like the girls basically. Too much drama, all that. That's why I don't into that whole scene thing. But so that's my opinion on that one. And well, if you have any questions, you could just comment. I'll leave anything in, I mean, I'll describe everything on the video inside the inbox below. And I have everything that I'll put on my blog page as well and Twitter. So if you have any questions, you could just go there. Well, so that's it for this video. Next week, I'm not sure I'm gonna discuss yet. I might do the drug thing. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm thinking about that one. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all late next week. All right.